What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I want to discuss four main topics. First of these is my weekly trading 2 and 2 portfolio update. We'll have a look into how my overall portfolio is doing, and also we'll have a look into each of the sectors and see how they're doing in comparison to each other. I then want to discuss my plans for the coming weeks and months in terms of what goals I want to get my portfolio up to. So as you know, my overall target for trading 2 and 2 is to have €100,000 invested into the market. We're currently about 7% of the way there, so I just want to discuss my plans over the coming weeks and months on targets I want to hit each of those months. The third topic I want to address is a question I get asked literally nearly every second question, and that's about tax, especially for tax in Ireland, and in particular ETFs. So I'm going to discuss later on my plans on helping you out with this later on. And finally, we have a brief look at this week's Trading 2 and 2 Hotlist. But just before we jump into all four of those, can I please ask, as always, if you're new around here, to consider subscribing to the channel, as we're currently on 734 subscribers, so that'd be really helpful. And with all that being said, let's dive right into today's Trading 2 and 2 portfolio. So as it stands, we currently have about €6,966 invested. That equates to about 8,448 US dollars. And for the GBP terms, it's about 6,100 British pounds. So over the last week, we can see it's kind of fluctuated a bit. We were even down as far as about €6,890. We went up to over the 7,000 mark, and you can see gradually throughout the week, it slowly started to dip again, and we're currently down again to about 11.43% profit, or €714. So as I said at the start of this week, my plan was to invest further into P&G and Pfizer, as both were in the red at time of recording. However, I'm going to be making a video at the end of this week anyway, probably Saturday or Sunday, in terms of what I'm actually doing with that capital instead. So I actually didn't invest any further this week at the moment. So because of that, all I'm going to do is give a very brief update on each of my portfolio pies. Again, as I haven't bought any more, but it'll be interesting to see how they're actually performing as of now. Communication services is 23.35% in the green. We currently have about €588 involved. Again, I'm going to just go through these briefly so you can see what companies I hold on the right. So if you want to pause the video at any stage, you can see what percentages I'm actually up in any of these given holdings. In consumer discretionary, we have €990 invested and are up about 2.6% overall. Again, 3 companies in this pie. In consumer staples, we are actually gone into the red, albeit less than 1%. We have €903 invested, and that one company that I discussed earlier was P&G. I've actually decided for the moment to put that capital into something else that I'm going to discuss in this weekend's video. In energy sector, we have 21.5% profit, just €315 invested, and these are my 3 holdings on the right, all in the green. My main 2 ETFs are currently up 13.85% overall combined, €742 invested. In financials, we're up nearly 19%, and on the right, we can see all 5 of my holdings are in the green. Healthcare, 9.3% in the green, €750 invested. And 2 of the 3 companies, again, Pfizer, a company I mentioned earlier, is currently down 5.36%. So we're going to do something about that next week. Industrials, waste management is currently the one in the red, albeit just 0.1%. But overall, we're up 6.2% within this sector. At the moment, we have nothing in materials. Real estate, just one company, up 4.62%. However, we only have about €61 invested at the moment in this. Tech sector is currently my largest holding still. We have €1,335 invested and are up about 17.8%. On the right, all 5 companies are currently in the green. And finally, my utility sector, just like my materials, we currently have no holdings. For the second part of this video, I just want to give a brief update on what my plans and goals are in terms of my overall capital. So at the moment, we are just under €7,000. So I was kind of thinking about this earlier, and I'd like by the 31st of August, so I'm going to set my deadline for then, to have €10,000 invested overall. So that's an additional €3,000 I need by the 31st of August. Now that will be from my normal 9-to-5 job that I can put some money in there, but also from capital appreciation as well. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can hit that target by the 31st of August. Now obviously I'm a firm believer of making more mini goals before the overall goal. So over the coming days I might put up a little spreadsheet just to see like mini targets each week or even every fortnight to see am I actually on track for that €10,000. Now it's kind of worth noting as well, if this was my sole purpose in terms of investing, I could have that €10,000 literally invested months ago. But as you know, or if you might be aware, that we're currently saving for a house as well. So that's currently in the process of being approved. And also we're getting married next year as well. So you can imagine all my money isn't unfortunately up to me anymore. I have to kind of put it elsewhere. So literally majority of my money at the moment would be paying for rent, also for the wedding, and thirdly again for buying the house. And then whatever I've left, and again because of the pandemic, we have a lot more kind of disposable income because there's not a lot you can do at the weekends anyway. So I'm kind of hoping to put some of that money into investing as well instead of just wasting it on something stupid. So that's kind of my goal in terms of having €10,000 by the 31st of August, and that will give us 10% of the way towards the overall goal of having €100,000 invested. Third topic I want to discuss very briefly is this week's Trading 212 Hotlist. Now, if you're not aware what this is the top companies held by Trading 212 users, and the top 5 companies so far are Tesla, NIO, Apple, Amazon, and Healthier Choices Management. Again, this is one of the companies I haven't heard about, so I might actually look into this later on after I make this video. In terms of the top risers, if we click in here over the last 7-day period, we can see here as well that this Healthier Choice Management make up the top company that's bought most over the last 7 days. We then have Vision Lithium, Zomedica, Global Battery Metals, and Drone Deliveries Canada. And then if we go into the top fallers over the last 7 days, we can see some of the companies that made the headlines over the last few days. AMC Entertaining, GameStop, and Nokia are the 3 top fallers. And that's kind of no surprise as well if you have seen any kind of updates on these companies over the last few days. So it's kind of interesting to see that they are the top 3 companies that are currently in decline with Trading 212 users. Now finally, another thing I get asked literally all the time is everything related to tax, and in particular paying tax in Ireland, and even more in particular on ETFs especially. Now there's a lot of kind of myths in terms of what you actually need to pay, percentages, time frames, if it's worth your while, etc. So what I'm going to try to do to clear this up over the coming weeks is I'm going to get someone in terms of tax, someone that's a tax expert, onto the channel and do a kind of bit of a Q&A. So if you have any questions that you would like me to ask that person, they'll definitely be more than happy to help you out as well. So if you want to just comment below on this video, especially in terms of ETFs, I've got a lot of questions on ETFs. So if you have any other additional questions, especially if you're from Ireland, because this person will be from Ireland as well, so it'll be kind of hopefully be able to clear up a lot of things that a lot of people are uncertain about, including myself, because in terms of tax, there's a lot of different things to take in consideration. For example, what country you're buying it from, the country it's domiciled in as well, the currencies, the length of time you're holding, dividends, ETFs, there's a lot in it, and it can be very hard as well to actually calculate your tax, especially if you kind of buy and sell a lot of different stocks throughout a year. And if you're using one of those kind of discount brokers as well, a lot of the time they don't actually give you proper tax forms and you kind of have to do it all yourself. Whereas if you actually went with a proper broker, they kind of give you all your tax details properly and well laid out. So yeah, as I said anyway, I have a few solicitors or accountants kind of in mind that I might ask. Again, it's not set in stone yet who I'm going to have on, but again, it will really help a lot of people out, including myself, in terms of paying tax. Obviously, one thing you need to realize if you're from Ireland as well is that you have a tax relief of over €1,270 annually. So that will net off so your overall profit and loss in any given year, and it's only if you actually sell the stock. So you can make €1,000,000, but if you don't sell the shares, you don't pay tax until you sell the shares. So it'll be very interesting to see, again, when we get that expert on, how they're going to break it down for us to hopefully clear it all up for us. That's pretty much it for today. I just wanted to go through those 4 topics. We went through my Trading 212 portfolio update, my plans and goals in terms of getting to €10,000 invested by the 31st of August. We then had a look at this week's Trading 212 Hotlist. And finally, I just want to discuss my plans for getting an expert in terms of tax onto my channel to help kind of clear up some questions that a lot of people are asking for. So if you found this video anyway helpful or entertaining, it'd be much appreciated if you consider liking the video, and especially if you haven't subscribed already, it'd be much appreciated if you would do that as well. And again, finally, if you have any questions, comments, or queries in relation to today's video, or if you have any questions for the tax expert, please comment below and I'll be sure to get back to you as quick as I can. Thanks very much guys, have a good evening, and I will see you all in tomorrow's video.